Hi, my dear children, students, parents, and my dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, this time, I have come up with a grammar session. Yes, in today's grammar session, we're going to talk about adjectives. Yes. So, what are adjectives, children? Children, do not worry. If you don't know, if you're blank, no issues. But once we're done with the presentation, I don't want anyone to walk out with a blank expression. No. It should be like adjectives. Yeah, I know pretty much about adjectives. You should be speaking to your own conscience, saying that, yeah, I know what are adjectives. Yeah, they're nothing but X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. That will come not by hearting, by understanding. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually watch what are adjectives. Okay. What are adjectives, dear? First, let's read one time, just one time. Okay. Words that describe a noun or a pronoun in different ways to make the meaning of the word more specific are called adjectives. Oh my God, too much of reading. Again, you don't worry. Don't think that, oh my God, I have to by heart that. No. You just have to understand. Why always I count my fingers and I teach you? Because those are the bulletin points, those are the points. When you remember things by points, then you never forget them at all. Then what you speak out, that becomes a definition. That becomes a definition here. Okay? So, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe. Describe means talk about. Speak your heart out. What you see, you say. What you see, you say. In matter whether you're positive, negative, plus, minus, good, bad, you express your thoughts as you like, you don't like, everything comes into it. Got it? So what you speak out that's what is the description. Okay? About a noun or a pronoun. Noun we all know. Name, place, thing, animal. What are pronoun? What are pronouns? Forgot? Pronouns are I, he, she, you, we, they, it. I, he, she, you, we, they, it are called pronouns. Okay? So, a word, what are adjectives? Adjectives, a word that describes a noun. See, a word that describes a noun or a pronoun in different ways are called adjectives. That's it. That's it. So when you describe what you're doing actually, you are giving the meaning, more specific meaning about that particular word. More specific meaning. Okay. So what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun in different ways. That's it here. No by hearting. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun in different ways. Sorted. Next. See, what you're seeing. Are you seeing something here? You see two people carrying a chair, right? Mark and Jane are carrying a chair. I see that. I read that. You also hear and see that same, right? Mark and Jane are carrying a heavy chair. This also talks about a chair. This is just saying that they're carrying a chair. But in the second sentence, they're describing about the chair. How is the chair? It's a heavy chair. Mark and Jane are carrying a heavy chair. See. So the word heavy is nothing but the description. They're talking about the chair. What extra about the chair? It's too heavy. So the word heavy is what? Is an adjective. Okay? And chair is what? About what they're talking? They're talking about chair. Chair is a thing. It's a noun. Okay? Let's see one more example. Oh, this is also furniture here. But observation skills. There, two people were carrying. Here also two people are carrying. But what? They were carrying a chair. But here they're carrying a sofa. There, what was the describing noun or describing adjective? What was it? The adjective was, it was a heavy chair. Now here, let's read. Dan and Mary are carrying a sofa. So that it's a sofa. Okay. Dan and Mary are carrying a big sofa. See? So here the sofa has been described as what? To be big. Right? More specific meaning. First sentence gives you information. Second sentence gives you more precise information here. Okay, so here big is what? Big is adjective because it's a description of the sofa. Got it? Next. Now see here. A noun can be described in different ways. Okay, we all know what are nouns. Name, place, thing, animal, right? So you should know to describe. See dear, when you look at a person, if the person is very cheerful by nature, you can talk about that. If a person is very energetic, from morning to evening he'll come, he'll do his duties, but he's never tired at all. So you call that person as an energetic person, right? And you can also address a person by the dress he is wearing. You can describe that person. You know what? That lady in blue color saree. See, that gentleman with blue jeans and white t-shirt. Right? That's how you describe. Okay? When it comes to places, you talk about historical places, you talk about tourist places, you talk about cosmopolitan cities where you have people from different natives speaking different languages with a number of shopping centers, right? And third is adjectives of things. When you see a thing, what all you notice? You can talk about the color, you can talk about the material, you can talk about the size, you can talk about the weight, a number of things. We'll see in detail. Okay? And adjective of for animals. And how is the animal? How are the animals? You can call, if the animal is very dangerous, you can say it's a dangerous animal. Dog is a faithful animal. It's a faithful and loyal animal, right? Downy means too much of hair or too much of feathers. Downy, okay. Giant means huge, okay. So to your vision, how that particular animal looks, you can describe that. That's what is adjective here, okay. See. So what did we read? We read about size, didn't we? We read about shape. Yeah. You can describe a person by size, shape, color, function. Function, what? When you talk about a mixie, it functions, right? It functions, right? And material, a sofa, it's made of a wooden material. Wood, it's made of wood, okay? The material used to make sofa, what they use? They use wood, okay? Weight, everything has weight. Texture is what? When you touch, the feel that you get, that's what is texture. Some might be very rough, some might be very soft, some might be very fluffy to hold, some might be very, very hard, okay? Price, you can talk about the price. Price may be expensive also, it can be cheap also. So there are a number of things to talk about here, okay? Let's see. So let's describe the adjectives. How you will be describing adjective? See, what kind? Can you see the tea? What kind of tea is that? It's an English tea. Okay. Then which one? I'm talking about a house, but which house I'm talking about? I'm talking about that house. Okay. How many? Can you see the numbers? It can be one also, it can be more than one also. Okay, it talks about numbers and it talks about quantity and how much. See, it talks about quantity. Again, see, no, what can you see the water bottle? It can be empty also, but it actually says it's empty. If it's full, it will say it's full, right? Next, this is how you describe a particular thing. Oh, see, when it comes to colors. Oh my God, see, all these are colors here. Awesome, right? So, a person, let it be a person or thing, right? Or an animal. You can use these. You can use. Okay? Then you can describe a person by his nature. By his nature. See, a person might be straightforward. A person might be self-confident. Right? See, again, There are n number of ways how you can. See, here comes the state of mind. When you're coming to say something and that person is not ready to listen to you at all, he wants to be the first to talk, to express his own things. That means what? When a person can't listen to you, that means what sort of person he is? He's an impatient person. He's an impatient person. So what you see as a state of being, that becomes an adjective to you. If you see a girl who's really beautiful, so beautiful is an adjective. When you see a guy, very smart gentleman, then that his smartness is the adjective. Got it? So this was about the people. Now talking about the places. You can talk about, look at the church. It's a historical church. We can look at about the, you can see this is a picture of a street. But how you're describing? You're describing it as an old street, right? Castle. It can be a modern castle. Okay. Now see, look, size and shape. According to the size and shape also, you can always use this for description. See, all these shapes. There are a number of shapes. Okay. When it comes to size, see, medium, small, big, right? You can use size also to describe a particular thing, name, place, thing, animal. Okay. And describing materials here. Every single thing is made up of something or other here. Something or other it is made up of. Okay. So this material talks about what fabric it is made up of, or what material it is made up of. See, what are they made of? Okay, see, this particular helmet is made of plastic. Spoon, metal. A stool, it's made up of wood. Then comes a t-shirt. You don't call it as material, you call it as fabric. For clothes, you use fabric. Okay. Tires, they're made up of rubber. Books what? Pages, right? So they are made up of paper. And then you can see the bag, the kit, the medical kit. I mean, you can get it's a leather bag, right? So it's made up of leather. Okay. Next, you see functions. Function. What does it do? What does it do? See? It's used for what? It's used for boiling water. This is used for boiling water. What does the umbrella do? What does the umbrella do? It keeps us dry when it's raining. It's raining everywhere. And you carry an umbrella and you walk out. So it keeps you dry or not? It does keeps you dry, right? Isn't it? So that's the function and use. Now, what does it weigh? How much does it weigh? It's heavy, it's light, it's medium weight. This is how you should give the variations. Okay? Next. What are their textures? Textures means when you touch, you feel. What you feel, you say. You express that. Very rough. When you see the brick, have you ever held the brick? Brick is like very hard. Cup of tea or coffee, when you hold the coffee, the outer surface, it's so smooth here, right? And what is this? It's a tool. How is it? It's hard. Okay. Next is sofa. So you call it as a furniture to be very comfortable when it's soft and bumpy, right? So that's soft. Next, how are they cost-wise? Cost-wise, how are they? They can be expensive, they can be cheap. Okay, that's how it goes. Next, adjectives describing animals. We finished name. We finished place. People, how to describe people. We finished how to describe places. We finished how to describe things. And then now comes animals. Yeah, how can we forget them? Oh, look at the dog. You remember? We finished one lesson in dog too, right? The dog lesson. Okay, so here see. Coming to the animals, you can describe the animals in this way. See, this is my pet. It has big ears and long tail. It's friendly. See here, we're talking about the nature of that particular dog. It's friendly. It likes to play with my friends. It's clever too. The quality. So these all are what you're talking about the dog. You're describing the dog. Okay. When it comes to rabbit, this is my pet rabbit. It has big ears and short tail, short wagging tail. It's friendly and it likes to play with my family, and it is cuddly too. Cuddly means you feel like cuddling it. You feel like cuddling it. That's what is called cuddly. Okay. What do you feel? You say. Now, next topic is adjective. We all know what are adjectives. When you appreciate, or when you talk about, or when you describe a particular noun or a pronoun, that's what is an adjective, right? But the adjective that you use, it can have its own positions here. It can be either, it can fall in the left, it can fall in the right. If it falls in the left, what is it called? If it falls in the right position, what is it called? Let's see. Okay, position of adjectives. There are two positions, left and right. Obviously, nothing can sit on top and bottom, right? It has to go either in the left or in the right. Okay, so let's first start from the, how we start writing. We start writing from left to right? So we go that way. Okay, see, first example. Can you see the picture? There is a small dog in the garden. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about the dog. There is a small dog in the garden. Am I talking about the garden? No. What I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about the dog. But am I describing the dog? Yes, I am. How am I describing the dog? There is a small dog in the garden. How's the dog? Small. So the word small is what? It's an adjective. But where it has come before the dog. We have used the word before the dog. I've used the word before the dog. See? So dog is what? Noun. So when you use the adjective before the noun, that's what is called attributive position. What's that called? Attributive position. Children, attributive position starts from which alphabet? It starts from alphabet A. And here, remember the condition. The condition here is, it falls before the noun. Before means B. Before means B. So, you just have to see. Okay, you know what are adjectives. You know, you can point out, this is small. Is it before the noun or after the noun? Before. So, condition is what? Before starts from B. B means give the answer A. B, okay, take it, A. A is what? Attributive position. Finish. Just read the sentence. By now you know what are adjectives, right? Just see the condition. Before or after. It's coming after the noun or before the noun? Before the noun. Before means B. So give the answer in A. That is attributive position. Got it? See here also. A small cat in the garden. Same thing. And here I have some new shoes. We're talking about the shoes. How are they? They are new. But they come before the shoes only. Before the shoes they come. So before, condition is what? Before. Condition is what? Before. So before starts from B. Right? So if the condition is B, what is supposed to give answer in? A. A is what? Attributive position. Sorted. You're done. I have some new jeans. Same thing. What implies? What implies? Before or after? Before. Give the answer in A. Attributive position. So what is the position that we have read? The first position. That's attributive position. Got it? Next. Understood? Very clear here? Now, the second position. The second position, that's predicative position. What's that? Predicative position. Okay? Predicative position means what? Opposite to what we read. What we read now for attributive, it falls before the noun. So this falls after the noun. Okay? Anything that falls after the noun, what is the next adjective? What is the next position? That's predicative position. Okay? Let's see. The bus is old. Bus is a noun. Old is what? It's describing the bus. But where is the adjective? It's gone after, it's followed after the bus. It comes after the bus. Only one thing you remember here. After or before. If it's coming before means A. If it's coming after means, then put predicative. Because there are only two. Either answer can be yes or no. Right? So here the condition is either it is predicative or it's attributive. Attributive, you just remove attributive. A means condition if B, then A will come. If it's falling afterwards, after the noun, then the second position, that is predicative position. Got it, children? Clear? See, the rose smells nice. Talking about the rose, it's nice. It's very good. It's nice. But it falls after. After means what? After attributive position, what did I teach you? I taught you predicative position. After attributive position, what? Predicative positions. So that's what is predicative. Got it? So what is the condition? It comes, it falls after the noun. Okay? See, most of the adjectives are used in both positions. Left, right. Okay? Some are used only in left, some are used in right. Okay? Next. Standard rule. Rules are very important here. Rules are very important. Okay. So now we are going to talk about some rules. Okay. We all know the singulars and plurals, right? Okay. If it's singular, then we don't add S, right? If it's one and anything more than one, we add S, ES, CH, IES, all those things according to the rule. That also comes into the rule. Okay, I'll teach you in some other chapter. Okay. So when we talk, see here, person is holding an apple. You can see that person is holding an apple. How many apple? Just one apple. Okay. So how's the apple? You have to describe the apple. You describe the hand or what? You describe the apple, right? Jane is holding an apple. So how's the apple? You don't have to describe the thing. What you should use. See, if a person is holding, he only knows what the height, what's the weight of it. Will you be able to make out the weight of it? No. Right? But even if the apple is in someone else's hand, but still what you can see the color, right? So you can always describe it by its color. See? Jane is holding a red apple. Got it? Got it? And see here, adjectives is the same for singular and plural nouns. Let it be plural. See here. Now Mary is holding a green cup. Now, can you see a number of green cups? A number of green cups? But the green remains same, dear. Let's see the do's and don'ts. See here. See. The do's and don'ts. What are the do's and don'ts? See, there are red apples on the plate. That's correct. That's correct. But you can't say there are some red apples on the plate. You can't say that. You can't say that. If you say there are some red apples on the plate, yes, you are correct. There you go. But if you say there are some red apples on the plate, no, please don't use a knife or a fork or try to kill the language, dear. Let it be the way it is. Okay. Next, there are green cups on the table. And there are some green cups on the table. Can you call it as greens? No. It has to be, there are red apples on the plate. There are green cups on the table. That's how it should be. So red, blue, green, all these are what you're describing. But it doesn't become S. It doesn't become plural. Okay, so you understood what are the do's and don'ts? You are not supposed to change the adjectives as plural at all. It always remains singular. Got it? Next, multiple adjectives. That means we all know what are adjectives. But more than one, when adjectives are being used, they are called multiple adjectives. Okay, that's where multiple adjective comes into the picture. See, very often we use more than one adjectives in front of a noun. Very often. Let's see. What is the picture? Can you see the picture here? See. The old fluffy grey dog sat beside me. Fluffy, old, see here, old, fluffy and grey. 3 adjectives are there. More than one? Is it more than one? So it's a multiple adjective. Huh? Got it? So a noun is what? It's a noun. You're talking about what? About the dog. So the dog is a noun. Okay. Next, we use adjectives from the size color group by keeping the size and a size word first. See, here you can't say big or small. Size is not been described. But here see, she has a big white car. So what are the two adjectives that I used? White and big. Two things have been used. That is, one is color, one is size. But in that you have to stick to the condition. What does the condition say? It says first will come the size. Then only the color should be followed. After the size, color should be followed. See. She has a big white car. Got it? Got it? So big also is there, white also. Anything more than one is an adjective. Okay, so that's how we have multiple adjectives. Okay. Let's see, there are some do's and don'ts also in that. Let's see that. See. We use and when using adjectives from the same group. From the same group. See. Red and white. What are they? They are colors. Same group, dear. Same group. You, your brother, you all are same family. You, your brother, you, your sister, they all are same family, dear. The same way, what? Red, blue, white, black, brown. What are they? All are from the colors family, dear. You remember? You saw the colors, right? So they are from the same family. Whenever we use we use words, adjectives from the same family. What we do? We use and. See, we use and when using adjectives from the same group. Okay, see here. See, red and white. And if you see, what are these? The title, do's and don'ts. What are the don't? Oh my God, see. If you say, she has a red and white color car. No. A girl is standing in front of me and I say, she's a beautiful girl. A person can say she's a girl. Do you need to describe that person saying that she's a girl? No. Everyone knows red, blue, green are all are what? Are colors. So you don't need to describe that particular thing. Highlight that it's a color. Talking about a girl who's in front of you, you don't need to say girl. She's very clever. That's how you talk. You don't say, she's a clever girl. She's a clever girl. A person can see she's a girl. Why you need to highlight that? Got it? So now see here. So she has a red and white car. So you see, and comes between. Because white and red both come in the same color family. Okay. And it's a color family. It's known, well known. So you don't need to use color. If you say, she has a red and white color car. Wrong. Don't kill the English. Okay. Next. She has a big white car. She has a big white car. Here what comes into the picture? Size. What comes into the picture? Size. Then comes color. You can always use size, color, everything. But you have to follow the order. First comes what? Size. Then comes the color. Okay. She has a big, white car. No, that's wrong. What was the rule? That when you talk about the same group, same family, then you're supposed to separate them with and. Is there and here? It's a comma. Wrong. Wrong. She has a big and white car. She has a big and white car. See here? She has a big and white car. That's correct. She has a big, see, she has a big white car. That's also correct. She has a big and white car? Yes. But if you say there's a big and white color car, that's wrong. Got it? You're supposed to use and? Yes, you have used. If you don't use and, say she has a big white car. That's also fine. But you don't mess it up by saying color and all. Either use and, or if you don't use and, use it properly. Don't use color and all. Got it? And the order you're supposed to follow. What's the order? First size, then the color. Okay. See. Now the next thing that we're going to learn is when to use ed and when to use ing. See dear, we all are aware of these words. All these words come from the main verb family dear. See, annoy, bore, confuse, disappoint. Disappoint becomes disappointed, disappointing. Amuse, amused, amusing. Annoyed, annoying. What we are doing? We are just adding ed and ing. But when to use ed and when to use ing? Hold. Be patient. Don't pull your hair. Okay, wait. Look at this picture very carefully. Only observation skills. Okay. And listening skills. Look at the picture. Isn't it a scary cat? It's a scary cat. But here, look at this picture. There's a big dog and the cat is a teeny cat. And can you see the expression of the cat? It's scary or it's scared? It's scared. Okay. Is this cat scared? No. No. Is it going through something? No. No. It's scaring others, right? So, here the cat is being, it's undergoing. Is it experiencing something? The cat is experiencing something. Yes. It's experiencing the fear. It's scared. It's going through the fear. Got it? So, anything. See, looking at that cat, if someone really doesn't like animals or scared of animals, looking at this cat, anyone will get scared because it carries a scary look, right? Isn't it? So, who is scaring the child? If the child is getting scared, who is scaring the cat? The child? The cat. This cat is scaring by its scary look, right? So, who is the source? This is the source. This is the source, right? The television is on. The LED screen is on. All of a sudden it's off. Why? Why it's off? Because no power cut. So what is the source of the television to be on or off? Is electricity. Electricity is the source. Electricity is the source, right? If the baby is getting scared by the look of the cat, so what is the source? From where it's getting, by whom it's getting scared? Because of that scary look of the cat. Okay. But the cat is not getting scared. Okay. It's the source. Source doesn't have feeling. Electricity will have feeling. Okay. Okay. Let me give you a better example. Okay. Electricity is on. TV is on. I'm watching a nice movie in the TV. Okay. All of a sudden power cut. Is the TV going to be annoyed? It's me who's going to be annoyed. I'm going to feel bad. I'm like, oh my God. Such a nice movie I was watching. Right? So that's going to affect me, not the TV or the source, that is the electricity. Because they don't have feelings, dear. Neither the TV nor the electricity. But I have feeling. I was watching it. It's full of interest. It's me who has got annoyed. Got it? So anything, any noun, if you see, what we go through, a noun or a pronoun that goes through the feeling is called, that is when you use ed. So when to use ed? When to use ed? When you experience the feeling. Where you see the feeling is been felt, it's been experienced, that is when you use ed. Okay, let's see. See here. Yesterday, I watched an interesting film about football. What was that sentence? Yesterday, I watched an interesting film about football. What I'm conveying you? What I'm talking to you about the football and the film, right? What did I do? Yesterday I watched an interesting film about football. Football has life. It has feelings. Sorry, football has feelings? No. Film has feelings? No. Did I use ed? No. Second sentence. I am very interested in football. Here I am talking about whom? Here I am talking about whom? I am very interested about the football. I have life or not? I have feelings or not? I'm interested in watching football. I have feelings, right? I do feel. Yes, I do carry feelings, right? See, I am very interested. That's why ed. Where you have feeling, ed, blindly put ed. That's it. Got it? Your children who do not get confused with the adjectives, the two words, ed and ing words. Bored, boring. Interesting, interested. Both are adjectives, dear. Do not get confused at all. But when to use what? What do you have to remember? It has to have life. Anything that has life will have feeling. Anything which doesn't have life won't have feeling. Anything which doesn't have life, it's a source. It's a source. No feeling, source. Okay? let's go ahead and do some exercise. Okay. See dear, if I ask you, you understood everything, you'll be able to do it. You'll say, yes, ma'am. But please dear, whenever you feel that you have learned something, try it immediately. Immediately try it. Try more and more tasks. Okay, whether I'm able to, I need more and more questions, and then correct. Check the answers. Is your answer matching with the other one? That's how, then you come to a conclusion that, yep, I know. Do not build up that overconfidence. Okay, it might lead you to a problem. Please cross-check. You give your own answer. Be true like a mirror. Right? So be true like a mirror. Give your own opinion and then match that with the answers. Then you get to know. That's the real confidence. Not overconfidence, also not good, and lack of confidence is also not good. Okay? Let's go ahead and see some exercise. Yeah. See here. Complete the sentences with the correct adjective from inside the brackets. Okay? Adjectives are already given. What are the adjectives? Ed and ing. Okay? See, the exam, only one thing you need to remember. You need to read the sentence very carefully. Read the sentence very carefully. If you read, then only you'll get to know that what is the sentence trying to convey the message as. It's conveying the message about a thing, about a source, about a living thing, or a non-living thing. The sentence will tell you. For that, you need to be keen enough in reading the sentence. Okay? See, the exam was hard. We're talking about what? The exam. Okay, exam has life? No. There were lots of dash questions. There were lots of dash questions. See dear, here, there means, is it a living thing? No. Where, what? Lots of questions, dash questions. Questions is a living thing, does it have life? No. No life? What are you supposed to use? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Just sing a song of ing. Yup. Got it? Okay, sing the song of ing. That's it. That's why you're supposed to add ing. Okay? The exam was hard. There were lots of confusing questions. No life, no feeling. Remember that. If I pinch myself, ouch, I'm getting hurt. I'm a person, I'm a living person, right? I have life, so I have feelings too. Got it? So remember one thing. Okay, now second question. The concert has been cancelled. We're talking about what? The concert. Okay. I am very dash. Here I'm talking about who? I saw something and I am very dash. I'm very dash. So I am this what? I have life. I'm a living person. Will I have feelings? Am I having feelings? Yep, I do. So, play the CD of ED. Just play the CD of ED. Okay, so here ED will come. Is that clear, dear? So, I am disappointed. If I talk about the concert, it was disappointing. It was disappointing. It was interesting. It was disappointing. It was boring. Got it? That is where you add ing when you talk about it, which connects to the concert. But when you're talking about yourself, what you went through, you're sharing your feeling, right? So, I am very disappointed. Play the CD of ED. Okay? Next. The concert has been cancelled. Again, I'm talking about the concert. Okay? It is very dash. It is very disappointing. ing. It means what? Concert. Concert doesn't have life. It's what? It's just a source. Source doesn't have life. So, you're supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Sing a song of ing. Yeah, got it. We watched a horror film yesterday. What was the sentence? We watched a horror film yesterday. Okay? Who watched? We. Okay? We watched. We watched a horror film yesterday. We were very dash. We were very dash. We has life. We has feelings. If I watch a comedy movie, I'll burst into laughter. But same thing if I see a tragedy movie, I'm a sentimental person, dear. I cannot control. Obviously, I try to control, but still, at a certain extent, when I reach the last scene, I might shower tears. Right? So I might get sentimental. So feelings are there in me. Okay? So here, see. We watched a horror film yesterday. Okay? We were very dash. ED or ING? We. Anyone has life? What are you supposed to do? You have to go and play. If you play, you'll enjoy, right? A person who doesn't have, see, if you don't have feelings, if you play, will you enjoy? No. Right? So we have feelings. We are alive. We have life in us. Okay? So you can go and play because you can enjoy, right? So play the song, play the CD. Play the CD means you have to add ED. Okay? So we were frightened. ED. Okay? Now, Mark's dog has died. Mark's dog has, we're talking about Mark's dog. We're talking about Mark's dog. Okay? But what is the current status of the dog? Mark's dog has died. It's dead. Dead body will have feeling, children. Will the dead body will have feeling? Will the dead body will have feeling? No, it won't. It becomes dead body is like a non-living thing. It doesn't have any feelings at all. Okay. It is very dash day. It is very dash day. What? What's special in that day? We're talking about a day on which the dog has died. It's no more. Okay. So it talks about the death, right? So it is a very dash day. It's a very depressing day or depressed day? Depressing, ing. Why? Because we're talking about the death of the dog, which is no more, no life at all. No life, no feeling, that's it. Okay, now Mark's dog has died. Okay, Mark's dog has died. Mark is very dash. Now, who is taking the feeling? Mark. Mark is alive. Is Mark dead? No, Mark is alive. So feelings will be there in him. Okay, where you have feelings, what you're supposed to do? Play the city of ED. Okay, so depressed it will be depressed. Okay, Mark was depressed. Mark is very depressed. Okay, now I passed my exams. My parents were dash. I passed my exams. See dear, our results, our happiness, you can see the reflection on our parents. If we are upset due to some or the other reason, they're 1,000 times upset. And they'll become restless. What can be done to resolve this issue? What can be done to come to a proper solution? They'll be breaking their heads more than you. But at the same time, when you're happy, they're 1,000 times happy than you. They're happy. They always want you to be giggling, with full of charm on your face. That's what they want, right? So when you score good marks, you can see the feelings on them. You can see the response on their face, on their behavior, right? Isn't it? The happiness is very clearly seen like a mirror. See here, I passed my exams. My parents were very dash. Very dash. ED or ING. Here I'm talking about my parents. My parents also have life or not. If they have life, ED. Okay? And see, one more sentence here. I did not prepare for my exams. It was, okay, what example should I give? ED we want, right? ED we already done. See, my parents are very surprised. My parents were very surprised, okay? See, I wrote the exam. It was very dash. It was very, I wrote the exam. I found it to be very dash. Boring. I found it to be very boring. See dear, when you attempt the question should be interesting dear. Right? No head, no tail. If you don't understand anything, obviously you will feel boring. Right? All of a sudden a question paper will be made. A tough question paper. Somewhere you have to break your head. For every single question you have to break your head. Won't you feel it boring? Got it? So, only one funda you have to remember. that if it's connected to living things, alive, feeling will be there. Feelings are there, then only your dad ed. Or else ing. Okay? Let's see how far we are correct. See? Can you see? So you cross check yourself and then you'll feel that, yeah, I have really learned something. Okay? Let's have a quick recap here. What all we have learned. For everything you nod your head saying, yeah. This covered, yeah. Let's go and try to recall what all we covered. Children, this recap session is not only important here that I am doing. After every single session, after every single class, when you are done with all the class, please sit peacefully and think, okay, this class, what all was being taught from the beginning. Today we covered what all topic. That will increase your memory power to you. More and more you use your brains, it becomes more sharper and sharper. Okay. See, let's have a quick recap. What are adjectives? What are adjectives? Adjectives are words. What words? They are describing words. They describe the noun or pronoun in different ways. Different ways, how we saw. Okay. You know how to describe people? By the nature, by the dress, by the color, by the appearance. You can describe a person. And places, yep. What sort of place is that? It's a dirty place, it's a polluted place, or it's a cosmopolitan city, it's a tourist area. Okay. And then come into description of things. What do you use? You can talk about the material, you can talk about the texture, right? So you can talk about the color, you can talk about the size. Animals, yep. They are friendly, they are very dangerous, they are poisonous, and number of things you can talk. Like snakes and all, they are poisonous, right? And standard rule for singular and plural. See, singular and plural, whatever it is, but the adjective used for singulars and plural remains same. It always remains singular only. It never changes to plural at all. Okay. Next, do's and don'ts. That's the do's and don'ts that we learned. That the adjective doesn't change if it's singular or if it's plural. How it remains always singular. Okay. Next, the use more than one adjectives. Yeah, we did see more than adjectives, right? So what is the order that you are supposed to follow? We saw more than one adjective, right? Colors were being used, and we use the colors, we use the size, right? So more than one, okay? But what is the do's and don'ts? Always you have to follow the order. What? Always what comes first? Size comes first. Then color. It should be followed by the color. And if same things we repeat from the same group, adjectives are from the same group, then what you're supposed to do? You use the word and. Got it? Huh? And you never ever you never indicate the family here. Like if you're talking about red, blue, green, yellow, all are colors. So you don't say you don't point out the family. You don't say a red and blue color car. No, it's like red and blue car. Okay, got it here. Next, position of adjectives. Yeah, how many basic positions are there? 2. The very first position is attributive position. Attribute starts from A. Alphabet A. What is the condition? It falls before a noun. Attributive position. That means the adjective falls before the noun. Before starts from B. So the moment you first thing, in order to not commit any mistake, what are you supposed to do? Read the sentence properly. Step 1, read the sentence properly. Step 2, spot out the adjective. Step 3, look for the condition. Look for the condition. What is the condition? Is it before it's before the noun or after the noun? The adjective is before. Before starts from what? B. B, give the answer in A. If the condition is B, give the answer in A. Which is the position of the adjective that begins with A? It's attributive position. Got it, children? Huh? Now, I also taught one more position. And that position I taught you after attributive position. So, the one which I taught you after attributive position, that's nothing but predicative position. Okay? So, obviously, it's totally opposite here. The condition is totally opposite. So, for attributive, the adjective was before the noun. Okay? But for predicative, the adjective falls after the noun. Don't break your head. After means, how did ma'am teach you? How did I teach you? First, what I taught you? I taught you something which began with A. Attributive position was the first. After that, what I taught you? Predicated position. So what I taught you after, just blindly put that up and you will be right. Okay? Sorted. Yeah, very important thing. The use of ed and ing. Just remember the cats. One was the scary cat, one was the scared cat. One was the scared cat, one was the scary cat. Scary cat was, it was scary, it was giving a scary look. That was the source. Scared means it was feeling the fear. So anyone who experiences the feeling will be there. Source will never have feeling. Source, what is supposed to do? There's no feeling, non-living thing. What is supposed to do? What is supposed to do? Just sing a song of ing, and when it comes to feelings, living things, I mean, where the life exists, where the feelings come into the picture, what you do? You just play the CD of ed. Got it? Understood or not? Understood or not, dear? Okay? So what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to play the CD of ed. So feelings, ed. No feelings, ing. Okay? Got it? So recap is done. So I hope you understood everything. Okay? And children, this is not the end of the adjectives here. Remember, we do have adjectives. Further, I just wanted to make the concept of adjectives. What are adjectives? Description, how to describe, how, if it's animal, what to do, if it's place, what to do, if it's people, what to do, if it's things, what to do. All these things, I've just given you a brief introduction. Now you know to describe and speak your heart out. What you feel, you speak it out, right? So this was one. Now next video, I'm going to come up with what you call kinds of adjective. Okay? So stay tuned till the next video. Okay? Bye-bye children. Have a good day. Keep practicing.